Hey guys, Anthony here with Advanced Vector, and today is going to be all about the GoPro Hero 8 Black. I know that this, have been out for a while, but I was at Costco and I saw a pretty decent deal on these. And I just, I've been meaning to get one anyways to kind of help with recording some of these videos that I do here. So I decided to pick this up. So I picked it up at Costco. It's kind of a bundle deal. It was $2.89. Before we crack it open, we'll just kind of take a look and see what you get. So you get obviously the GoPro itself, 32 gig micro SD card, a couple of extra batteries, your mounts, and then of course you get this nice carrying handle. In fact, I already have one of these carrying handles, but it'll be nice to have two of them in case I need to loan out my GoPro Hero 7 Black, which I have here. Just we can use that as kind of a reference guide to see where we're at for size and any other maybe cosmetic differences between them. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this thing here. All right, now it's coming. I was really kind of hoping not to tear the box, but sometimes you just can't have it all. So the other thing that I guess I didn't mention was it does come with a pretty decent little carrying case here, which is always a nice add-on. Now, I typically store all of my stuff in Pelican cases, but you never know. This might be a nice little case that I can use for this or potentially other things. So we'll start off with the zipper pack here. We can see that there is the documentation for the GoPro. Some swag, you get some GoPro stickers there. That's always nice. And then, of course, your full instruction manual. Additionally, it looks like this is where we can find that SanDisk Extreme 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which should be a big enough size for most of your recording needs. Next up here, USB-C type cord for charging. Looks like we have 2 batteries. Your curved mount for a helmet or other curved surface. There is your retention nut for your mounts. Here's the quick detach mount. A little divider in there. Take a look at the GoPro itself, just really quickly. So, not much has changed. I think the screen does look a little different. Of course, the bottom on these is significantly different than in previous versions. And one other thing that I am feeling is, okay, so the whole side clasp here is different. That whole side opens up and we can see that there is our charging point. On the older one, there was kind of 2 different doors that would open that would have your charging point as well as a different one for your battery and your SD card slot. So that is kind of neat that it's all in one, and I actually feel like I like the retention on this one a little bit better. So we'll get into that a little bit more. Let's open up this and get the rest of the stuff out here. And so I think that the last thing, I don't see anything else in here. Yeah. So the last thing here looks like to be just these nice rubber grip handles. Again, I have one of these before. I used it for snorkeling when I was down in Mexico, and it worked out really great for that. It floats and it does give you a nice firm neoprene grip. So these are super handy and they're nice. The only thing I could say about them is maybe it would be nice to make one that this bottom part screws on so you could maybe stick something inside of the tube. I don't know. That's just maybe the survivalist in me is thinking about that. So one thing I did want to look at. Okay, and I just wanted to check on the back. So typically a lot of the time you'll get not only the curved option, but you'll get a flat one as well. But this one did not come with a flat one. So keep that in mind. If you do need that capability, it does not come with a flat mount. You'll need to order one separately. So I do kind of want to get in and take a look at this a little bit closer, just to kind of see how that hinge works. So it does pop off there pretty nicely. Now, one thing I will say is this is actually metal. It feels like it's aluminum, which is different. On the old ones, the doors are just kind of that same rubberized plastic as the rest of the GoPro is. So that's kind of a nice touch that door is now made out of metal. That does give it a more solid feel, even though they do both just have the same water resistance rating of 33 feet, I believe it is. So there's that. And really quickly, I just wanted to do kind of a side-by-side so we can see that this front screen is different. It's slightly shaped, and I'll kind of twist this one over. It's more square, so it's shaped a little differently. And we can see that the lens inside there and everything does look like to be a little bit different. You know, now the 8 does have some better recording options. And just looking at it from the back, it actually looks like the 8 is slightly bigger than the 7. So now the flip side of that is on the 7, if you want to mount this 7 to anything, you have to put it into kind of one of those housings that clamp around it. And let me just grab my other one. So here's that housing, as we can see, and I'll go ahead and just pull that off my other grip here that I use for the 7 quite frequently. Yeah, so if we wanted to, you know, actually use this 7 on anything, we'd have to stick it inside this mount, clamp it down, and then we're ready to go. So that does add some additional bulk that is not necessary in the Hero 8 Pro. So this one does have these nice flip down kind of retention wings. I guess I'm not sure what the proper nomenclature for that is, but they feel pretty solid. You know, especially if we kind of fit this down in between there. I mean, I'm guessing that they did their due diligence and did a lot of testing and stuff, because when I first saw this, that was kind of my initial thought was, yeah, I wonder how, you know, solid that actually is, having those hinges in there. You know, it has to be different, but it does actually even look like they're pretty well built. If you did happen to break one, let me just pull this off here and see if we can get a closer look. If you did happen to break one of these, it does look like there's some screws in there, so you could pull this out and replace this whole thing if one did happen to snap off, you know, assuming, of course, whatever you're doing allowed you to recover the GoPro. So that's kind of cool. And then, of course, you know, you could just use it as like a normal little camera if you had it in your pocket and you're just going about your day. So there's that. Now I feel like we are missing one option here. Yeah, so what I didn't see on this one that, you know, comes into the Hero 7 by default is that HDMI out. Now, what I believe you have to have for HDMI out on this is you have to get they have a media mount that like fits all the way around this. It has like a better microphone on it and all that other stuff, and that will give you the HDMI out as well as the ability to, you know, mount another screen that you could use as like a selfie cam or something like that. So, you know, I don't know if I think I kind of like having the ability to do stuff built in, but at the same time, if you just need another camera, I mean, it is kind of neat. I probably will get that medium on it at some point eventually. I think they're about $70, $80, somewhere in there. So I'll probably get that. And that will also allow me to, I'll kind of bring it down into the shot. So I've got this Rode mic that I use for recording. And so that will also allow me to use that external microphone with this as well that I'm currently using with the Hero 7. So all in all, pretty satisfied. Last thing that I kind of want to do here really quickly, just to see, is we'll pop one of these batteries in and see if there's any major changes to the interface. And we'll go ahead and pull that off. And here it comes up. Okay, we've kind of got a nice little loading screen there. I don't know if that is just only the first time or... Yeah, so it looks like this is first time setup. So we can go ahead, English. We'll agree to the legal stuff. We will allow the GPS to work. the GoPro app. I'll connect all that up later. So we'll skip that for now. And we'll just go with the default time. So here it's kind of neat. We can see it does tell us there's no SD card in there. And I think there's a few other buttons in here that I'm not as familiar with, and maybe I just need to update the software on my Hero 7. But we have this like little snail looking button, as well as this, I'm guessing that's the stabilization button. So maybe they just added a few quick buttons here that you can use to quickly change your settings. And so it looks like we actually have some presets that we can set here as well if we're going, if we're shooting different kinds of things. So I often shoot and use these for indoor recording some of my YouTube videos as well as outdoor action shots. So that's kind of neat that you can kind of just quickly switch between those different modes. So this is kind of just an unboxing, guys. I think, definitely it's a GoPro product. It's definitely solidly built. And it's going to do its job well. So I'm excited that I picked it up, especially at the price. So if you're kind of on the fence about it, I would say go for it. I'm really looking forward to using this and being able to have two of them now. Hero 7 is definitely capable. It's a very great machine. But for the price that I got this for, there's no reason not to just go ahead and get the new one. So I got it. Now I can get different angles, different shots at the same time as I'm recording different things, and I'm really excited about it. So all in all, definitely looks like a great product. I'm really excited to use it, and I will maybe do a follow-up in the future. And in fact, you'll probably see footage recorded on this that I use in future videos. So thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, definitely smash that thumbs up button on here. Show me that support, and don't forget to hit that subscription and notification bell so you know when my next great video comes out. In the meantime, keep shopping and stay happy.